So, if you've been following my channel, you know the middle of the island isn't such a great place to live, especially Mineola. And in this article, we're going to talk about a recent Newsday article talking about home sales on Long Island. And we're going to go over to here. It says, these 6 Long Island communities saw home prices skyrocket in 2023. And no surprise, Mineola is not on this list. So, they're going to go over, they have an article here about home prices on Long Island, basically. And it says, it goes over, in the second half of last year, 83% of Long Island communities with at least 24/5 sales saw home price increase compared to the same 6-month stretch a year earlier. And it says the median price in Bayville, Albertson, East Mauritius, Woodbury, Copiague, and Babylon were the fastest growing. So Babylon's really popular, not a surprise. And it says that here, that in this article here, which we'll read to you here, it says, even in a world where the 30-year fixed rate at the end of last year was approaching 8%, that didn't seem to matter because there's an inventory shortage. So the shortage and the accompanying competition for housing has persisted this year despite mortgage rates that have stayed about 7%, making purchases even less affordable. Median prices among single-family homes in both Long Island County set records in May. In Nassau, it cost $790,000 on average to get a home. And in Suffolk County, we're talking a single-family home here. In Suffolk County, it's $651,000. So you can see what's going on. This is a key part of the plan as to how they price this out. Because who can afford those prices except a certain demographic? And for those who aren't a certain demographic, well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to shut up and buy a home in Ocean County. So it says, I'm not going to read the whole article, so it's very, very long. I will link it below here. But it says that you can see inventory was not climbing. All right, so they talk about the various communities here that saw Bayville, believe it or not, has become very popular. Median price in the second half of 2022 was $635,000. It has now soared to $822,000 in Bayville. And there were just 6 in mid-June. There were only 6 houses on the market, ranging from $699,000 for a 2-bedroom to $2 million for a 4-bedroom high ranch. And they say the increase in remote work, because even though it's isolated, people like the quality of life there. Albertson has seen a median home price go from $754,000 to $937,000. Okay, this is sort of in the middle of the island, but it's in that coveted Herrick's school district that's very coveted. So Albertson had 29 sales during a 6-month period. Earlier this week, there were 11 homes on the market in Albertson, ranging from $649,000 2-bedroom cape to a nearly 3,000 square foot house, asking for $1.9 million. East Mauritius, median home price in 2022 second half was $650,000. In 2023, it went up to $779,000. That's the South Shore Enclave, even though it's out there. Because buyers in West Hampton Beach often found they could get more for their money in East Mauritius. So a lot of the people looking in West Hampton Beach, certain demographic, are now going to East Mauritius. All right. Woodbury. Median second half of 2022 saw prices of $1,125,000, and now it's gone up to $1,130,000. This one's not as interesting as Woodbury. We know has always been a fancy area. It's always been very wealthy. Copiague is interesting though, because again, it's sort of next to Lyndhurst. It could become the next enclave. Median price in the second half of 2022 is $467,500, and now it's up to $555,000 in the second half of 2023. This expanded two-bedroom ranch in Copiague on a wide canal, which has been lifted 12 feet, was listed for $619,990 in June. Copiague is the most affordable area among those prices. We're rising the fastest, and we know that's going to draw in more of this certain demographic who can't afford the other areas. It also has Tanner Park, which is very popular as well. One house recently sold for $670,000, and there's no inventory, so everyone is overbidding. There's no inventory. These two, Dennis and David Fanana, a Floral Park visitor an open house in Copiague, they want to get out of the middle of the island. They want to live on the South Shore. So does everybody. All right. And let's see. Fanana is a neuroscience professor at Queens College. So, yeah, they're high-income earners. Babylon. Median price in the second half of 2022 was $602,500, and then it went up to $705,000, and that was the second half of 2023, so it's even higher than that now. So Babylon, one of my very coveted enclave, obviously. This four-bedroom colonial in Babylon was listed at $600,000, and about 50 sets of buyers toured the near-century-old house for 4 days, and they had 10 offers to choose from. The village's parks, walkable downtown and proximity to beaches, has attracted young people. Yep, those young professionals, those Wall Street people. Yep. So we're going to go look at some charts here. Next, so we've got some images to look at. Let's go over here. All right, and hopefully you can see that on the screen. And they're going to go through all the towns. So if you don't see a negative here, that means it's gone up. So you see Albertson, Amity Harbor, Amityville is going up a lot too, believe it or not. 4.0 change. Atlantic Beach has gone down though quite a bit by 10, but still they were overvalued, I think, and that's part of the reason why. And also because it's in a flood zone. Babylon has gone up by 17%. This is the percent. This is the number of sales. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number. 17%. Baiting Hollow 3.20. Baldwin has gone down from 619,000 to 603,000. All right, and that 72 homes was sold there. Baldwin Harbor though has gone up. Baldwin Harbor is a lot more desirable. Bayshore also has gone up by quite a bit. Gone up by 4.80. Bayport has gone down by a little bit. All right, so we're going to move this over here. Next chart here, Bayville, obviously, which was featured in the story. Belle Terre, which has gone down. Some of these really overpriced North Shore areas have come down a lot because people, they just don't want to pay that kind of amount. Belrose Village has gone up, believe it or not, 13.50. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know. Belrose Village is kind of like a little slice of Garden City in Floral Park. It's up to $975,000 now for a home there. Belmore up to $720,000, and that's gone up 2.10%. And we had 93 homes sold. A good amount has sold there. Bellport also has gone up as well. Bellport and Bellport Village are separate. And you see how much more Bellport Village is versus Bellport, which kind of shows you, again, it's an enclave. And it's gone up a lot. 29% Bellport Village has gone up. Bethpage has gone up 4.30. Blue Point has gone up 8.90 from 620,000 to 675,000. Bohemia has also gone up as well, being that it's on the edge of some of those enclaves, 16.70%. Brentwood has gone up 6% from 500 to 530. It's still pretty low. All right. Brightwaters has seen a 20% increase in home price from 700,000 to 845,000. Brookhaven Town has seen, we'll get to Mineola. We got to go in alphabetical order here. Brookhaven Town has seen, Brookhaven Hamlet has seen a 10% increase in home price. Brookville has seen a small increase. Oh my God, very expensive, $2.5 million for a house there. Calverton has really cratered. So Calverton looks like it's really getting redlined. Take a look at this. It's gone down 34.30% in Calverton, from $440,000 to $289,000 for a home in Calverton. So Calverton is definitely in some trouble. And that sucks because that's in the Pine Barrens. It's in the heart of the Pine Barrens. Carle Place has seen an increase in home prices, 19.60 there. Cedarhurst has seen an increase in home prices to 807 from 875,000 to 955,000. That's 9.10%. Santa Mauritius has seen it go their price go down though by a little bit, negative 7.30. So it's gone down by 7.3 percent from 647,500 to 600,000. Center Reach, believe it or not, has gone up from 485,000 to 540,000. Center Port has gone down from 810,000 to 762,000. Central Islip has gone up 12% from 437,000 to 490,000, and that's probably due to people who just, are escaping New York City that'll just take anything, at this point. Some people, they look past all this other stuff because even as bad as things could be in Central Islip, it's still, if you're coming from Jamaica, Queens, it's still an improvement. Center Island has gone up a lot, 66.50% to 5.4 million. There's some really super rich people that live there. Same thing for Cold Spring Harbor as well. Gone up in home price 71.40% to 1.8 million. Comac has seen a 10% increase. Copeg has seen a 17.60 increase. Quorum has seen a 10% increase from 395,000 to 435,000. Deer Park has seen an increase in home prices 5.5%, up to 580,000. So small increases here. Dix Hills 2.80 increase there. A lot of home sales though in some of these areas. Deer Park, you notice, look at all the home sales here. So there's been a big turnover in a lot of these middle of the island areas, which can help drive up the home prices too. Sometimes you have a lot of people moving out. East Atlantic Beach, which is another part of Atlantic Beach, has seen an increase of 12.60 up to 971,000. East Farmingdale has decreased in price from 7.40%, 505,000 to 467,500. East Northport has gone up 10% to 715K. Let's now, all right, so we have East Patchogue has seen a small increase up to 537,000 for median. That's a 4.30 increase. East Rockaway has gone down by 2.5%. There's been a lot of change. I see a lot of homes sold there, 66. So this is where the homes are sold. This is your percent change. East Rockaway went from 590,000 down to 575,000. East Setauket has gone up 12.50% to 677,000. East Williston has gone down from 1.2 million down to around 1,075,000. So yeah, for a home, East Williston, it's kind of an expensive area, but it's gone down 14%. East Hills, 16% change in the upward direction from 1.4 million to 1.625 million. East Islip's gone up 12.90% from 564,000 to 637,000. East Meadow has seen an 8.40 increase in 8.4% increase in home prices, 655,000 to 710,000. East Mauritius has gone from 650,000 to 779,000. So that's a 19.8, almost a 20% increase in home prices. East Norwich, 15.30% increase in home prices to 830,000. Eastport has seen a very small decrease in home prices, just very small there. Let's go ahead. Elmont, 1.60. Obviously, that's not an area people really want to go to. 625,000 to 635,000. Farmingdale, 7.70% increase in the home price from 566,000 to 610,000. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna read the exact number because there's just so many numbers to go through. Farmingville has seen an increase from 12.10% from 535,000 to 600,000. It's amazing that Farmingville out east is almost as expensive as Farmingdale. Floral Park has seen a small increase in price, 4.50%, up from 730K 800K to 762K. Fort Salonga has seen a decrease. So again, some of these really expensive North Shore areas have seen decreases. Franklin Square has gone from 655,000 to 725,000. That's a 10.7 increase, percent increase. Freeport only pretty much stayed the same, 0.5% increase in price. This is the South Shore. Look at how cheap it is. 547,000 to 550,000 because Freeport's not a desirable place to live. You could spend less than that and get a nice house in Ocean County, which is what a lot of people are doing, shutting up and going to live in New Jersey because they don't want to live in the hood. Freeport's the hood. 11.8% increase in Garden City from 1 million, so it's gone up a little bit. Glen Cove has gone down 675,000 to 655,000. One of those less desirable areas in the North Shore, down 3%. Glen Head also has gone down by 7.10% as well. So not every area on the North Shore is seeing interest like Bayville is for some reason. Glen Cove has some crime issues. There have also been a lot of houses sold there. 105,000. So again, people, once they deal with the crime and they deal with quality of life, they don't want to live there. They don't want to go there. I don't blame them. Glenwood Landing, 13.5% increase in home prices. That's another very expensive area. Great Neck has seen a 9.2% increase in home price, and a lot of people buying there. 252. Probably a lot of rich people moving out of Queens. You have rich people moving out of Queens, and they usually wind up moving to Great Neck. So it went from 900K to 983K. Great River has also become very, very popular. 745,000 for a home, 745K now up to 937K. That's a 25.80 increase. Again, South Shore, big enclave over there. Green Lawn has gone up 15%. Notice that Great River, though, is more than Green Lawn. Hale Site has gone up 2.5%. Hauppauge has seen a 2% increase, so very small increase there in home prices there. Head of the Harbor, again, very expensive area there. Hempstead has seen a 10% increase in home prices. And again, a huge amount of homes were sold there. People getting out, but at the same time, could be people moving in. Most likely slumlords buying up the homes and then stuffing them with illegals. 500,000, it went up to 555,000. Hewlett has gone up a very small amount there, 725,000, 750,000. That's a 3.40 increase. Hewlett Harbor, though, has gone down quite a bit from 2 million to 1.6 million. So again, home price is very expensive there, and that probably people just it's too much to pay. 16% decrease there, 16.3%. Hicksville has seen a 6.70 increase in price, a percent increase in home prices from 630K to 672K. And look at all the home prices there. 172 home sales, 172. So a lot of people, again, moving out of Hicksville, but some people are moving in, probably some slumlords as well, buying up homes there and then putting illegals in there. Holbrook, 2.90, very smaller percent. Again, a lot of homes sold there. 542,500 to up to 558,000 because Holbrook's a decent area. Holtzville, too, has seen an increase in home prices, 16.50. Also, part of this number, a part of this in Hicksville is you do have some, you have some interest from Indians moving to Hicksville, so that's the only good element that's moving to Hicksville right now. They're trying to, make it a better place, but you have a lot of forces of redlining that are still going on against Hicksville because, again, demographics. It doesn't matter that the Indians have a lot of money. It doesn't matter, because it's always gravitating around those white finance professionals, unfortunately. Huntington, 775,000, went up 1.7, not very much. Huntington Bay, that's another area that's seen a huge increase, 30.10. So notice how few homes sold there, though. So very coveted there. There has been a lot of turnover in Huntington, however, I see. Huntington Station went up barely anything. And a lot of turnover there. A lot of people getting out of that area, too. And, generally they're going to sell to slumlords. So they're going to just put more illegals in. Inwood, 17.60. I'm surprised Inwood is up to almost 800,000. That's not the best of neighborhoods, Inwood. That's kind of surprising. Island Park has... Why is Inwood more than Island Park? Island Park has gone up 14% since from 578,750 to 660,000. Islandia has gone down 2.70%. Islip has gone up 12.60% from 524,000 to 590,000. Moving on right along here, Islip Terrace has gone up as well, 13.20%. Jericho has gone up 11.90%. Very expensive, Jericho. Over $1 million for a home there. Still very coveted because of the school district. Kings Park has gone up only 4% from 625K to 650K. Lake Grove has gone up 13.30%. These are areas that are desirable in central Suffolk here. That are good areas, actually. There's one part of the Middle of the Island that's okay and doing pretty decently, and that's that central Suffolk area around Lake Grove. 565K to 640K in Lake Grove. Lake Ronkonkoma, another area that's decent. 10% increase in home prices from 500,000 to 555,000. Laddingtown obviously has gone up a big amount as well. Millions of dollars there. Look at Laurel Hollow. It's gone up 92%. From, oh my God, 1.5 million to over 3 million for a home. Oh, my gosh, where are these people getting all this money? Lawrence, 2.90% increase in home prices. Levittown has seen a modest increase in home prices, 4.3, and a lot of turnover there, 215. That's because you have, again, I think you have some Indians actually that are moving into Levittown because it's a more desirable area than Hicksville. In a lot of ways, and it's gone from 585,000 to 610,000. Lido Beach has also gone up 4.5%. When are we gonna get to Mineola? Well, Mineola starts with an M. I got to do this in alphabetical. Lindenhurst has also seen 4.1% increase in home prices up to 565,000. Lloyd Harbor, we know those are super rich areas. Locust Valley too. 13.90. Long Beach has gone up 2.4% from 630,000 to 645,000. Lynbrook has seen a 6.5% increase in home prices, 620K to 660K. Malvern has gone down a little bit, though, gone down by 6.3% from 713,000 to 667,000. Manhasset, another very wealthy area, has gone up 9.4%. A lot of again, a lot of turnover there. Older people moving out, more rich people moving in. Same thing for Manhasset Hills. Manorville has gone down, though, as well. It's from 510K to 465K, down 8.8%. Massapequa has gone up 2.3% from 665,000 to 680,000. Massapequa Park has gone up 4.6% from 650,000 to 680,000. Mastic has gone up 12.5%. That's not a good area, 400,000 to 450,000. Mastic Beach has also gone up 14.5%, from 345,000 to 395,000. Just people who just want to stay on Long Island and are willing to deal with the really crappy quality of life that you have in those communities. Matinacock. I mean, I'm not going to read these really rich areas. Not really interested in that. They've gone up a lot, though. Medford has gone up from 477,000 to 515,000. That's an 8% increase. Melville has gone up 0.6%. So not much of a change there from 810 to 815K. Merrick has gone from 752K to 775K. That's a 3% increase. Middle Island has gone up 10.3% from 370K to 408K. Again, I'm going to skip past Mill Neck again. That's gone down. These really rich areas are very volatile, I know, with the home prices. Miller Place has gone from 585,000 to 620,000, so they've seen an increase of 6%. All right, when are we going to get to Mineola? It's gone down in Mineola. Why are we not surprised? 0.90% change from 636,000 to 630,000. So Mineola, that's not a lot of money for this area. Right? Again, if I go back and I compare the home prices for Mineola, all right, so Mineola is now 630,000, and compare it with let's compare it with Carle Place. It should be in here somewhere. Carle Place is 800,000. So you see how much more Carle Place has gone up because Carle Place still has better demographics, quote unquote, better demographics here. Even Deer Park let's see, Comac obviously more than Mineola. Um, and of course Merrick. What's the average home? Merrick was 775,000. So your Mineola not doing great. Mauritius has more or less stayed the same at 500K. Mount Sinai has gone up 2.4. Mutton Town has gone up 18.4. North Babylon has gone up a little bit, 1.5%. North Baldwin has more or less stayed the same. Went down a little bit, I guess. Again, not a great area. North Belmore has gone up a little bit from 690,000 to 695,000. So you see the difference here. Look at how much more it costs to get a home in North Belmore than Mineola. Mineola is not desirable. When you see the home price for a place like that, Mineola, it shows you that Mineola is not desirable. When homes in surrounding areas cost way more. North Massapequa also 770,000. 770K, 7K, that's up from 660K. That's a 17.80 increase. North Merrick has gone down, though, 16.20% from 710 to 595,000. Wow, that's a drop for North Merrick. I'm kind of surprised about that, but it's possible that some of the problems in Uniondale could be bleeding into parts of North American. maybe maybe that's why we're seeing the home prices go down there. North Woodmere, a 4.70% increase in home prices, up to almost $1 million over there. Wisconsin at 675,000, 5.5% change. New Hyde Park, and again, New Hyde Park considered a lot more desirable than Mineola, 817K versus it used to be 750K, so it's gone up 8.9%. Nissaquag has gone down a lot. Again, that's one of those really rich areas. I'm not even going to read these really rich areas because these are really rich areas that most people can't move to. They're really, I mean, yeah, the South Shore is rich. It's a certain demographic, but I'm talking about the super rich that live in these places like Nisqually and North Hills. Northport has also gone up from 840,000 to 905. So that's a 7.70 increase. Oak Beach has gone down from 848 to 736. Oakdale, 610K. That's a 16.20 increase. It's still cheaper to live in Oakdale than Mineola. So you're looking for a home on Long Island, and you're looking at this, I'd rather live in Oakdale than Mineola. That's a hell of a lot nice. People are going to go there. They're not going to want to move to Mineola. Oceanside stayed the same at 650,000. Oddly enough, that Mineola is still a little less than Oceanside, right? Mineola was 630, right? Old Bethpage, 825,000. It's gone up there, 6.5% increase. Old Brookville is, all right, I don't go through super rich areas. Not wasting time with those. Oyster Bay, 800K. It actually went down from 800K to 7.5, so that's a 9.1% increase. Oyster Bay, or another really rich area. Patchogue has gone up quite a bit, 9.80% from 460K to 505K. Plainview has gone up from 794K to 861K, so that's an 8.4 increase. And again, that shows you that, there's still parts of the middle of the island. Plainview is still desirable. Point Lookout's more or less stayed the same. Another super expensive area, almost $1 million to get a home there. So let's see, where are we at? Port Jefferson, 515K up to 555K, so that's a 7.8 increase in price. I don't know. We're missing Port Washington data. Ridge has gone down as well, 415K to 395K. These are cheap areas. Ridge and Calverton are not considered desirable. They're not really terrible areas to live. It's just they're not desirable places to live because they're out of the way, and people just don't want to live in the Pine Barrens, And because of that, I'm worried the problems are going to start going in. Because once you have home prices start going down, that brings the problems in usually. So 455K in Riverhead down to 448K, 1.4% decrease. Riverhead not really doing all that great. And a lot of homes sold, 299. Again, that's a lot. Rockville Center has also seen a lot of homes sold, 137 number of sales second half of 2023. They've seen a modest increase, of course, it's Rockville Center, 3.1% from 732,500 to 755,000. All right. And again, Garden City still costs a lot more to buy a home right now, but I think Rockville Center is definitely a much more desirable place to live in Garden City. I think a lot more people are going to go there. Rocky Point has seen an increase, 8.6% from 405K to 440K. Ronkonkoma, 520K to 550K. It's a 5.8% increase in price. Roosevelt, another area that's nobody wants to live in, 560,000 down to 537,000, and that's a 4% decrease in price. A lot of crime. The school district's got a lot of problems. Unfortunately, it's just this is what happens. This is how segregated Long Island is. It's not right, you know. It's not like it's a bargain, though. You know what I mean? It's still 530. You could get a home for less than that in a much safer, nicer area in New Jersey. So if those are your only options on Long Island, then you know you're going to be looking in New Jersey or somewhere else. I'm not going to go past these super rich areas in Roslyn here. It looks like they've seen modest increases. South Florida Park has seen a little bit of a decrease, 662,000 down to 635,000. There's just so many numbers to go through here. South Hempstead has seen a small decrease from 582,000 to 565,000. South Huntington from 690K to 702K, 1.8 increase. South Setauket, another decent area, 562K up to 600K, 6.7 increase. Sands Point, or I don't go past these riches. Sayville, 569,000 to 642,000. That's a 12.9% increase in price. And you got to remember, these prices are probably higher now than what this thing is quoted. Seacliff has gone down, though, 8.3% from 907K to now 831K. Seaford has seen a very small increase in home prices, 650,000 to 665,000, 2.3% increase in price. Searingtown, another area that's got another rich area there, over $1 million. Selden, 4.7 to 500K, 470K to 500K, 6.4 increase, 6.4% increase. Setauket, 338K up to 755K, 2% increase. Oh, we got to be getting to the end of this. Shirley has gone up 6.4% from 423K to 450K. Shoreham has gone from 635K to 632K. It's actually a small decrease. Smithtown has gone from 640K to 699K. It's a 9.3 increase, 9.3% increase. There are a lot of home sales there. Sound Beach has been Sound Beach is very low too. Not very small homes in Sound Beach. 700. It's not like it's really a bad area or anything. The homes are just very small. 422K down to 420K. So a small decrease there, 0.4%. St. James has seen a decrease in home prices, actually 0.9%, down to 580K. Stewart Manor has seen a decrease as well, 4.7%. Down to 772. Stony Brook has seen us increase from 600 to 655K, 9.2% increase. Syosset has seen an increase from 935K to 960K, 2.7% change there. Uniondale, 549,000 to 582,000. That's a 6.1% increase. Upper Brook, we're not into these super rich areas. Let's see how Westbury is. Well, we'll get there. Valley Stream has gone up 5.5% from 625,000 to 659,250. So Valley Stream has an average higher home price than Mineola does. West Babylon has gone from 550K to 575K. That's a 4.5% increase. West Hempstead, 619K to 662K. That's a 6.9% increase. West Sayville from 589K to 585K, so a small decrease of 0.7%. Wading River has gone from 647K to 730K. That's a desirable area people like. 12.7% increase. Wantagh has seen a small increase of 1.4% from 660,000 to 669,500. And again, these are on the low side. I think a lot of the home prices are selling for more than this. West Islip has gone from 638.5K up to 645. That is a 1% increase. Westbury has also seen an increase of 9.5%. Believe it or not, home prices in Westbury are higher than Mineola, 655K up to 717.5K. That's part of the Westbury schools does go to the Carle Place schools, and that section of Westbury is expensive. All right. And this does not include Newcastle also. So Wheatley Heights has gone from 540K to 614, 13.8% increase. And Williston Park has gone from 735K to 850K, 15.2% increase. So again, Williston Park, all the towns that are around Mineola have much higher home prices than Mineola itself, which kind of tells you what the deal is with Mineola. Woodmere has seen an decrease actually by 4.3% from 992,500 to under 950. Woodsboro, I'm going to go through this. Wyandanch has seen a 12% increase, believe it or not, from 419.5K to 470K. And Yaphank has seen an increase of 11.3% from 400K to 445K. And woo, there's a lot of numbers to read through. All right, but you get the point here that's going on here, is that Mineola is in trouble. It says lower home prices. There's a reason for that. And that's because, again, Mineola is, even if you look at the middle of the island, we always go by, the middle of the island is going down. But Mineola is really going down compared to a lot of other areas in the middle of the island. It's really going down. And that's why home prices are so much lower here compared to Williston Park or compared to Garden City Park, or Garden City or Carle Place. Even though you can go to Mineola, and there are large homes here in parts of Mineola. You go down some of these streets, and there are some very large homes on some of these streets here, and fairly big pieces of property. It's just people don't want to go here because they know what's going on with the downtown. Who wants to live in a community where you're going to be dealing with stuff like this? Who wants to be dealing with that? Not me. Not anyone. People don't want to deal with this. And that's why, people aren't going to spend a lot of money for a home to deal with having to step over homeless people every day on their way to the train. So, that's the way I feel. I'm interested to see what you have to say in the comments about all this information. The article will be below, in the link below, and you can go over it in more detail yourself. But that is going to be it for this video, and probably it for Mineola, too, I think. This town is done for, it really is. If the home prices don't tell you anything, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, they're all high, but Mineola is much lower than the surrounding areas, and there's a good reason for that, and that's because of the quality of life here absolutely stinks.